Okay, so get this. We're diving into something really cool today,
Oh, yeah.
all about how AI could completely reshape the entire US economy.
Sounds ambitious.
It is. We're looking at OpenAI's blueprint for using AI to boost US economic growth.
And global leadership, too.
Yeah, exactly. They've identified these key areas to focus on:
Like what?
chips, data, energy, and getting everyone up to speed on AI. They're calling it AI literacy.
That's interesting. So they're looking at the whole picture, not just the tech itself, but also how people need to adapt.
Yeah, it's about making sure everyone's equipped to thrive in this new AI-driven economy.
It's not just about coding skills either, right? It's a
Yeah,
deeper understanding of how AI works and how it's going to impact our lives.
absolutely. OpenAI is calling for a generation of informed citizens who can navigate this new landscape.
I like that. It makes sense, though, this AI thing. It's not just about building cool gadgets. It's about the U.S. staying ahead in a global AI race.
The stakes are incredibly high.
Their OpenAI is really clear about the competition, especially from China.
And they're talking about this potential $175 billion global investment pool.
Yeah, if the U.S. wants to stay at the forefront, we need to be strategic about attracting those investments and nurturing our own AI ecosystem.
This is where it gets really interesting. Whoever wins this race gets to set the standards right. It has implications for innovation, for jobs, even for your own investment.
Absolutely. OpenAI has laid out three core objectives in their blueprint: global leadership in AI equitable, distribution of the benefits, and driving economic growth across all regions.
Okay, ambitious goals. How do they plan on making this happen?
Well, for global leadership, they're calling for a unified national approach to AI.
What does that even mean?
Think clear, consistent federal regulations instead of this patchwork of state laws that's popping up.
So instead of 50 different sets of rules, we'd have one national framework.
Right. Exactly. It's about creating a predictable environment for AI development.
Okay, that makes sense. What else?
Strong public-private collaboration.
Like the government and AI companies working together.
Exactly. To make sure AI is developed safely and responsibly. Sharing information, coordinating research efforts, and building a strong national defense against cyber attacks.
So it's like a team effort.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
calling it Innovating for America to ensure AI benefits all Americans.
Sounds promising. But let's be real. There are some risks involved too, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
We need to be thinking carefully about the implications of AI-powered systems and the potential for unintended consequences.
Like what kinds of things?
Well, AI could be misused, right? We need to guard against that. And it could also make existing threats worse, like cyber warfare.
It's a bit daunting to think about, isn't it?
It is. These are not just hypothetical scenarios. We need to be very mindful of them.
So it sounds like OpenAI is trying to walk this tightrope. Excited about the potential, but very aware of the risk.
We are, and they're doing something about it.
Like what?
They're being open about their concerns, hoping to spark a broader conversation about AI safety and ethics.
So they're not shying away from the tough questions.
Not at all. They're acknowledging the risks and calling for a collective effort to address them.
So what are they actually doing to mitigate those risks?
Well, they're advocating for international collaboration on safety standards, and they're investing heavily in research to develop safeguards against misuse.
So they're really trying to build in those safety features from the ground up.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've talked about the competition, the risks, the need for safeguards, but let's not forget about the incredible potential here.
Oh, yeah. AI has the potential to revolutionize pretty much everything: healthcare, education, how we work and live.
This two sigma problem they talk about in education really caught my attention.
It's fascinating, isn't it? The idea that personalized tutoring can dramatically improve learning outcomes.
Yeah, like imagine every student having access to an AI tutor that adapts to their individual needs.
It would change everything. No more one-size-fits-all classrooms.
Yeah.
Think how much faster you could have learned certain subjects with that kind of support.
I know, right? What about healthcare?
The possibilities are mind-blowing. AI can already analyze medical images, diagnose diseases earlier, and even develop personalized treatment plans.
So we could live longer, healthier lives.
Absolutely. And there's genomics and proteomics too,
What are those?
fields that could lead to breakthroughs in disease prevention and treatment.
We're already seeing some of that, right? Like with Google DeepMind's AlphaFold.
Yeah. That's a great example, predicting the 3D structure of proteins. It's revolutionizing biology and drug discovery.
It's incredible. But what about outside healthcare? Government services or even creativity?
Well, imagine more efficient and responsive government agencies.
Less bureaucracy. Now you're speaking my language.
And for creativity, We're already seeing AI compose music, generate art, and write stories.
It could be like our creative partner helping us think outside the box.
Exactly. Exploring new ideas, generating new concepts, and even creating new forms of art and expression.
It sounds like OpenAI is really trying to strike a balance here, pushing for progress while also urging responsibility.
They are. It's a vision for a future where AI is used to solve our biggest problems and create a more equitable and prosperous world.
But they're not claiming to have all the answers right.
Right. They see this as a starting point for a larger conversation, an invitation for all of us to engage with the complexities of AI and help shape its future.
So what does this all mean for us, the everyday people who are going to be living in this AI-powered future?
It means we need to be informed, engaged, and adaptable. We need to start asking ourselves tough questions about the role we want AI to play in our lives and in society.
And make sure our voices are heard as we navigate this uncharted territory.
Absolutely. This isn't just a technological challenge, it's a societal one. The choices we make today will have a profound impact on generations to come.
That's a great note to end on for this part of our deep dive. We've covered a lot of ground, from the potential of AI to transform our world to the very real risks we need to be aware of. But we'll be back in the next part to explore OpenAI's specific recommendations for how the U.S. can stay ahead in this AI race.
We'll be delving into their proposals for a unified national strategy, public-private partnerships, and building the infrastructure we need to thrive in an AI-powered world.
Stay tuned because things are about to get even more interesting. All right, so last time we were talking about OpenAI's vision for how AI could totally reshape the U.S. economy.
It's a pretty big vision.
Yeah, they're calling for a national strategy to stay ahead in the global AI race.
It's not just about keeping up, though. It's about leading the way in responsible AI development.
Making sure the U.S. is using AI in a way that reflects our values.
Right, exactly. And they have some really specific ideas on how to do that.
Yeah, they're talking about unified national standards, public-private partnerships, secure infrastructure development. They've really thought this through.
It's about creating an ecosystem that encourages innovation and economic growth.
While also dealing with potential risks.
Exactly. They're arguing that the U.S. needs to work together,
Yeah,
not have each state doing its own thing.
right, like a national AI playbook that everyone can follow.
Exactly. They're calling for clear, consistent federal regulations.
So instead of all those different state laws.
Right. It would make things much simpler.
And more efficient.
Makes sense.
What else?
Robust public-private partnerships.
Yeah,
Think about government agencies and AI companies working together.
to develop and deploy AI safely.
Exactly. Sharing information, coordinating research efforts. It's a team effort.
Okay, and secure infrastructure development. What does that mean exactly?
Investing in data centers, high-performance computing systems, but also cybersecurity.
Right, so protecting that infrastructure from attack.
Exactly. And then there's the workforce. We need people who understand AI.
AI engineers, data scientists, people who can bring AI to different industries.
Right. And OpenAI is also thinking about the ethical and societal challenges.
We touched on some of the risks, like the impact on jobs, and maybe making inequality worse.
It's not just about building the most powerful AI.
It's about building AI that's good for society.
Exactly.
So what role do they see for the government?
They want a balanced approach, one that encourages innovation but doesn't stifle it,
Because too much regulation could slow things down.
and let other countries take the lead.
But we need to address those risks, too.
Right. It's a balancing act.
So what do they suggest?
Creating a level playing field, promoting transparency and accountability, addressing potential harms.
Maybe standards for data privacy and security, ensuring that AI systems are fair.
Exactly. Maybe some kind of oversight body.
To keep an eye on things.
Yeah. But the U.S. can't do this alone.
What do you mean?
OpenAI says international collaboration is important, working with other countries on AI governance.
So like a global set of rules for AI.
Right. And they say we should prioritize collaborations with countries that share our values.
Democracies.
Yes, especially in research and development setting standards, building capacity.
So helping each other out.
Right. And they suggest using our influence to promote responsible AI development globally.
So leading by example.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense. What about research and development?
OpenAI says we need to invest more if we want to stay ahead.
So funding for basic research, supporting the people who are doing cutting-edge work.
Right. And research on AI safety and ethics.
Because we want AI that's not just smart, but also responsible.
Exactly. And they say that research should be transparent and collaborative.
Bringing in people from different fields.
Yes. Ethicists, social scientists, the public.
So it's not just a bunch of tech people making decisions.
Right. And they also talk about translating those research breakthroughs into real-world applications.
So making sure all that amazing research actually makes a difference.
Exactly. And they propose things like public-private partnerships,
Yeah.
startup incubators, government funding for early-stage AI companies.
So helping those businesses get off the ground.
Exactly. And then there's education and workforce development.
Making sure people have the skills they need for this new economy.
Right, starting with K-12 and going all the way through to higher education and vocational training.
So everyone has the chance to succeed.
Right. And because AI is probably going to change jobs, they also suggest programs to help workers transition to new careers.
So nobody gets left behind.
Exactly. And then there are the societal impacts, like the potential for AI to make inequality worse.
We need to make sure AI is used to create a more just and equitable society.
Right. They suggest investing in research and policies that promote fairness, accountability, and transparency in AI systems.
It's about making sure AI benefits everyone.
Exactly.
Wow, they've really covered a lot of ground.
They have. It's clear they've put a lot of thought into this.
They're not just talking about the technology.
They're talking about how it affects our lives, our economy, our future.
It's like a call to action.
It is. They're saying we need to be proactive, thoughtful, and strategic about AI.
They're really painting a picture of a better future.
A future where AI helps us deal with things like climate change, healthcare poverty.
But they're not saying it's a guaranteed future, right?
Right. It's up to us to make the right choices
To invest in the right technologies.
and create the right safeguards.
It's about making sure AI is used for good.
Exactly.
It's a big challenge.
It is, but we can't ignore it.
The future of AI is up to us.
It's something we're shaping right now.
And OpenAI wants us all to be part of the conversation.
To learn more about AI, to ask questions.
To share our ideas.
It's a reminder that we all have a role to play in shaping this technology.
And its impact on our world. So we've been talking about this blueprint from OpenAI, and wow.
It's a lot to take in, right?
Yeah, it's like it's not just about the tech itself, you know. We're talking about shaping the future.
Of our entire society?
Our economy, our world.
Yeah, and they make a good point about the importance of democratic values in all this.
Oh, totally. Because if we don't step up,
Someone else will.
and they might not have the best intentions.
Right. They might use AI for things that we wouldn't agree with.
OpenAI is calling for this, like,
New era of American innovation.
driven by, you know,
A sense of shared purpose
yeah,
and a commitment to the common good.
I like that. And they're actually putting their money where their mouth is.
Oh, yeah. How so?
With their Innovating for America initiative.
Right. I forgot about that.
It's not just talk. They're taking action.
What are they doing?
Reaching out to policymakers, business leaders, community organizations.
Trying to build support for responsible AI development.
Exactly. It can't just be a few tech companies or the government calling the shots.
Everyone needs to be involved.
Okay, so for our listeners, what can they actually do to be part of this?
I mean, first of all, stay informed, right?
Read articles, listen to podcasts,
Like this one.
follow the latest developments in AI.
The more you know, the better.
Knowledge is power, for sure.
Absolutely. And don't be afraid to ask questions.
Mhm.
If something doesn't make sense, dig deeper.
Do your own research.
Yeah, think critically.
It's important because AI can be used to manipulate information.
That's true. We've seen that.
So being able to spot that is crucial.
Yeah, and don't just wait for the AI revolution to happen to you.
Be proactive, right?
Think about how you can use AI to your advantage.
In your work, your life,
Yeah.
your community,
There are already so many tools and resources out there.
and more coming all the time.
It's an exciting time.
Yeah, but amidst all this excitement,
We need to remember the human element.
exactly, AI is a tool and we decide how to use it,
It can be used for good or for bad.
which is why these conversations are so important.
We need to think about the ethics of AI.
Advocate for responsible development,
Make sure it's used to benefit humanity.
not to harm it.
We're at a turning point. The choices we make today will affect everyone.
So this has been an incredible deep dive into OpenAI's vision for the future.
We've talked about the opportunities, the challenges, and the responsibility we all share.
In shaping this AI-powered world.
It's complex and constantly evolving.
But it's something we need to pay attention to.
We've only just scratched the surface.
So keep learning, keep asking questions.
And keep those brains buzzing.
Because the AI revolution is just getting started.